Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/Amazon reviews. The reviews on Amazon are a work of Renaissance art. You get people who just stumble across the place and feel the need to spill their life story, or people who have just put something on the wrong product and then it just freaking doesn't work and it's hilarious. Anyway, let's have a look. Sexy. I like how it's about having sex with Slender Man. It's a sexy, erotic smut that should be read by people that loved him too. Yeah, well, if it's that freaking sensual, why did you only give it 3 out of 5 stars? So, of course, this was written on a ebook that was just a Slender Man sex story. I didn't know that there was a market for this. I mean, so what I have surmised from this review is that you can make money on the internet by writing sex stories about Slender Man, which isn't something that I thought would be happening, but wow. Okay. Well, I know what my new career path's gonna be. If you think I'm joking, I'm not. 5 stars from Deb. Nice. Easy to install, and I love being able to adjust my thermostat remotely. No, I am not a bot. Yes, this is a real review. Sit up backwards. I don't think I can say that. I mean, I would. I just... And, I think that they even did that on The Simpsons, wasn't it? Ken Brockman that goes, "How can I prove I'm live?" And then and I did that just to prove it. I mean, at least there was a certain amount of self-awareness that she, realised that she was talking like a bot and then thought, you know what, I best whack out, another word for Willy, just so that people know, no, I'm not. 1 star out of 5. This frame can't take a pounding. I really like the way this frame looks and it was super easy to put together. But here's the bad part. It cannot withstand harder than average adult activity. 9 of the support slats slipped out of the brackets and the mattress fell through the bed on one side. It was like getting it in on the Titanic. Ordered a new different frame already. This frame is probably perfect if you're celibate. 2,698 people found this helpful. Oh my bloody god. But okay, so they said this frame is, probably perfect if you're celibate. How do you know that that's not just a celibate person that likes jumping on the bed? Or somebody celibate that, happens to, or a celibate person that just happens to enjoy, the wages of self-abuse, but in a particularly vivacious manner. You don't know what's going on with these people. 10 out of 10, very epic and very epic gamer moment. This is the best gaming moment, bruh, epic gamer moment ever. So far I use this keyboard to search up hentai. I also got the keyboard and stopped dueling because I was addicted to duels. I also lost my addictiveness of dueling after using this. My girlfriend took my virginity the exact moment she saw this keyboard. 10 out of 10 would buy again, stay in school, never duel. I like this. I like that it's obviously just a massive piss take. I actually had to look up what dueling was because, I'm not hip and cool and down and wiggity whack and funky fresh. We've already established this. I don't know what all these new terms are, I'm 28 going on 70. I genuinely thought that it was legit when I first saw the, epic gamer bra moment. I was like, oh god, what the hell is this crap? And then when it just kept getting, bigger and bigger, I was expecting to hear something like Obama landed his helicopter in my back garden and gave me the gift of invisibility or, something like that. But this was really cool. Well, it made me laugh at least. Looks awesome in the tank. Haven't heard the fish complain once about it. Oh yeah, because that's the thing is that if you put something in the fish tank that they don't like, you will never hear the end of it. Glub, 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 why did you put this broken castle in my fish tank? I've never even been to a castle. It's totally out of the realms of what I understand about life, because we don't have castles, glub, glub. That sort of thing. Colour, big red bottom. I too have a big red bottom. I know, this game very gore. When me die, plant be sad. So I sad too. Zombie my plant very violent and they scream help. This game very disturbing and me cry when play. This game me have very sad moments. I always cry when the sun flew die. They eat it and I get no more suns to buy. Oh, this poor guy. He's just so depressed by playing Plants vs. Zombies. I don't really think it's supposed to have that kind of an emotional effect on you, mate, but I just... This game is very disturbing and makes me cry when I play. I mean, I've never actually played Plants vs Zombies, but I assume that it's sort of, in its nature. Especially when they're quite cartoony, zombies and such. It very much seems like it's kind of in the Angry Birds kind of sphere, Candy Crush sort of level. The idea of being this sad and upset, like not scared. It says, zombie eat my plant, very violent, and they scream help. And it's just, this game has very sad moments. I think it's really sweet that he got this attached to his sunflower, though. Does it prevent insect bites? Yes, I can confirm that since taking this, I've not been bitten by any insects. And I have run naked through an insect biting area. I have also tested this with my puppy that was a biter, and she has not bitten me since taking this. I decided to then go extreme and trusted this with sharks. Unfortunately, I now have no legs, but you have to try it, right? Oh, this is like a letter to Viz. This gives me that Viz type vibes. Thank goodness that this review was written, because I really need to know what I can have in order to run naked through insect biting areas, because that's all I like to do these days. Problem is, you always end up with a few loose kernels. Sugar-free Haribo, not even once, gives you superpowers. Oh, now I don't know if any of you are aware of the whole sugar-free Haribo fiasco. But essentially, if you get the sugar-free version of Haribo's, and I know that that's what this was a comment on just from the context, I know you can't see in the actual picture, but it wasn't worth me putting in the comments and everything else. But the thing about sugar-free Haribo is that it's known to basically make you poo a hell of a lot. It was described as gastrointestinal Armageddon, which is just a beautiful word that I've heard. A phrase, rather. Also, like, the trumpets were calling for the demons to return to hell. So just to see this doesn't really surprise me. But damn, this is like me most days. I don't give a damn if this is TMI anymore. I went through a phase where I was eating so much spicy food, I forgot what it was like to have a non-spicy poo. So yeah, I relate to this on a spiritual level. We got another Haribo one. Mickey rated 5 out of 5 stars, flavour gold bears. Perhaps best not to eat too many at one time, however. They are yummy, soft, and extremely delicious. You get a lot for the money and it's well worth it. Perhaps best not to eat many at one time, however. It's all in the individual that decides when enough is enough. Also, during my taste test, I'm not sure what my bowel shot out of me, but somehow I can do arithmetic again. Thanks, Haribo. Well, that's a solid endorsement from Mickey here. Let me see if I can eat a crap ton of gold bears and see if I can just crap the dumb out of me. Oh, is it bad that I feel more sold on these? They sound really good. Kleenex facial tissue, 5 stars from A Mother's Struggle. I want to start this off by thanking Kleenex for selling these in 36 packs. I put it on subscription, and if they want to start selling a 72 pack, sign me up. I have three reasons for needing this much Kleenex, and their names are Liam, Samuel, and Hank. This is how it goes in this house. First the Kleenex disappears, then the toilet paper, then they go for the fabrics, and you don't want it to get there unless you're ready to invest in a 5-gallon drum of Febreze. This used to be a good Christian home, but it's not about moral judgment anymore. I'm way beyond that. I'm in survival mode. If I don't supply absorbent paper products, I'm going to find my dish towels hidden in the basement, stiff as aluminium. The other day, I almost cut my hand on a sock. I'm sorry to speak so frankly, but with 3 teenage boys, a woman has got to be practical. The funny part is they think they're being sneaky, with their 45-minute showers and their sudden need for privacy, as if I go to walk in on them journaling. They sink around the house like unfixed cats, while I try and announce my location at all times. No one needs to ask me to knock anymore. I knock on the walls, I practically wear a cowbell. I'm not looking to catch anyone by surprise, believe me. I'm just trying to get through this. The other day, my husband was watching me unload the groceries, and he asked me, all sweetness and light, "Honey, what are you doing with all that Kleenex?" I about knocked him off his chair. Oh, gross. This whole story was gross. And imagine if, like, you were a teenage boy with, like, two teenage brothers called Samuel and Hank or something, and you read this, and you were like, oh, for God's sake, Mum, why did you gotta freaking tell everybody all over the internet that I'm a wank machine? One bit really stood out to me about this whole gross escapade, and that was that they said, this used to be a good Christian household, but it's not about morals anymore. Like, maybe if you didn't clearly have these weird hang-ups, then they wouldn't be these, like, slinking cats around the house being gross as hell. And they would know how to deal with it. I mean, the fact that there's just this elephant in the room is really gross. I think that she really needed to, or her husband rather, it might be more appropriate for him, needed to talk to the kids about what's going on and what to handle, and how to handle it, and just, well, you know, in the most frank, but also, you know, you don't want to embarrass them and you don't really want to go into details. Just give them the information that they need, let them know it's fine, it's natural, but just, you know, keep it to yourself and, you know, let's pretend it doesn't happen while we're talking to each other. As opposed to anything to do with sex is evil and of Satan, you know, and now just try to get through it. My God, that's just so freaking grim. And the fact that her husband didn't know, like, I mean, if it's becoming an issue, why don't you talk to your husband about it? Why doesn't the husband do the housework? Like, he doesn't seem to do any laundry. If she's cutting herself on gross spermy socks, surely the husband can pitch in with the washing now and then, or better yet, teach the kids how to do it. This was just grim, and I think that, you know, this is what happens when you get, like, these weird, morally sex-obsessed... Oh, it's just, the whole thing is creepy, and then you end up with freaking gross stories like this. This was gross. And I'm about to have lunch as well. Like, it's not been a good morning. Will this mic work on a laptop with Zoom? Not sure which mic you were referring to. However, the mic I know is kind of a jerk who refuses to work with anything other than Skype. It's not 2003 anymore, Mike. Get over it. I just felt that this was kind of unnecessarily rude. I think that that's the microphone that I have when I play D&D, actually. I don't record my YouTube stuff on it because I just wouldn't be able to. It's got such bad, like, feedback for, like, recordings. There's, like, always, like, this sort of metallic hum in the background, but when there's, like, loads of people in a call, then, yeah, it's fine. And it's also easier than me holding up my freaking phone to my face like I do when I record these. But yeah, I thought that this was just a bit unfairly rude. I mean, it's clearly somebody who's suddenly been thrown into a situation where they're having to have Zoom meetings and they're not sure how, and need a microphone in order to do it. You know, there's no need to be that sarcastic about it. You know, if you're unfamiliar with modern technology, there's absolutely nothing wrong with reaching out and asking a question, and just cutting someone down like that, I think is really rude. And I didn't really find the joke that funny, to be kind of honest about it. 5-star verified purchase. Just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Man, 5 stars. When I severed my testicle, I put this product in immediately. It bubbled and bubbled. The paramedics credit the high quality H2O2 for my ability to regrow the nut. Thank you, hydrogen peroxide. Thank you. No, I'm not even going to address this one. No, moving on. This is horrible. No, done. 5 stars. It looks great, but there's a gift for our grandson and he hasn't opened it yet. Maybe you should have waited to review it then. They did this on freaking Christmas Eve, so they just needed to wait a couple of days and then they would have been able to write their review, but... Oh well, at least I gave it 5 stars. There were loads that like gave it 1 star. I was like, I don't know, so I'm just gonna give it 1, not realising that just makes the product look freaking bad. 5 Sterne, einwandfrei. Die gewohnte Knipex-Qualität einwandfrei. Und von Philippe? Nice. Good for kill paprika. And 5 Sterne, sehr praktisch. Wer bei Unterkunft... Okay, no, I'm not going to continue reading this. So, what the hell? Why would you want to kill Paprika? I have no idea what this is about. Okay, so I just googled what Knipex is, and it seems like it's a type of player. Which just makes the Paprika comment even weirder. Like, what? I have to say, though, paprika is, like, my absolute favourite spice. Like, if I had to live with just one freaking herbal spice, I would pick paprika. It has so much flavour to it. I just absolutely adore it. I put it in freaking everything. Just, this could do with some random spices. Or paprika, you know? Big Bungo's tiny reviews. Don't know what this thing is, but I like the way it looks. Not too sure what this thing does, but I just like the way it looked. Now I glued it to my wall. Looks awesome. 2 people found this helpful. Oh, the best part is that what it was like a freaking PS2 to USB like adapter. It wasn't anything remotely artistic. It was just like a small like random piece of tech. Like a cheap piece of tech. They glued it to their wall. Freaking brilliant. I'm glad that you liked it, Big Bungo. This was it. This was the review. That's all they had to say. There wasn't any text. It was just this picture. I don't even know what the item was. I'd like to think that they were trying to convey some emotion. Like, even the god of pugs would weep at this beautiful object. I love it. It's just such a strange picture to have as a review, and a strange picture to have in general. Wow, my voice broke in a just freaking amazing way earlier then. But oh well, the joys of HRT, my guys. How do I feel about this product? Oh, it's just a pug looking at this person in the foreground. I mean, was it the outfit? Like, it would make sense if it was the outfit at least. Like, oh, this is how it looks. It's nice, but sorry, I'm having too much fun with this one. It's heavy. I sometimes receive documents in larger than your average letter size that are clearly labelled "Do Not Bend." My mailman seems to be either lazy or incompetent or both, and instead of leaving these documents on my doorstep or porch because this would require getting out of the car, he bends and folds them, then stuffs them into my mailbox anyway. This will often increase important documents or photos. So, whenever this happens, I log into Amazon and order a £50 bag of play sand. While it doesn't decrease my documents, it certainly makes me feel a lot better watching him deliver it. Wow, this is such a level of petty. I mean, okay, so if this is somebody that is, you know, regularly getting large documents to their home, and they can afford to just throw away £50 bags of sand. Yeah, let me see how much this costs, because they're clearly, it says reviewed in the United States. So I'm gonna see how much this costs in dollars. $53 freaking dollars. Sorry, I just messed that up. I meant thricking instead of fricking. No, right. $50. $50 for £50. That reads weird to me in my head. As in the weight, as in so $50 for £50 worth of play sand. And he's just willing to throw that away for freaking petty revenge. Wow, I mean, I know that it's like, it's the sort of thing that when I read it, I think, yeah, that's a level of petty I want to aspire to. But when you think about it, this guy is receiving a load of documents to his house, that are, you know, important for whatever reason, and he has, like, one of those mailboxes at the end of the driveway, so he clearly has enough, and he can afford to, you know, spend $50 every now and then just to, like, watch this guy struggle, who's clearly not, he's a mailman, he's not getting paid that well. Like, I just think that this is a petty way of the upper classes getting revenge on, you know, the proletariat that's already been bloody exploited as it is, so I don't really like this one, to be honest. Well, that's it for this episode of our Amazon reviews. I feel like all of these reviews definitely help me in choosing whether I'm going to purchase all of the items mentioned previously or not. In fact, my wallet's at the ready now. as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing to this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.